Well, I think we played really well in the second half last week, 24-3, and I thought guys did a lot of really good things in all three phases of the game. Now, that's just a half of football, but it was good to see because we hadn't been doing that for a while, so hopefully we'll continue that this Saturday.
There have always been things that have happened, throughout the course of this week with these two teams, but it seems like this year there have been little incidences that have happened throughout the course of the year from one campus towards the other.
I don't know much about that. I don't think I was involved in any of those. We have a lot of respect for what they're doing over there. I think Coach Moore has done a great job in his first year. It's never easy to come into a program and get things turned around that fast, and they're doing a great job in all three phases of the game. And with a freshman quarterback, that's not easy to do, so I give them a lot of credit.
And he's a quarterback that has a lot of athletic ability as well.
Yeah, he does. Really can make things happen when they break down, whether he's running or whether he's throwing it on third down. So we're going to have our hands full. We're going to have to rush really well.
What are you working on to cut down on turnovers this week?
Well, just really the emphasis of the entire practice, taking care of the football from the beginning of practice till the last horn blows. And we were doing it well for a while, and then we've kind of fallen back here the last couple of weeks, so big emphasis for us.
Any additional pressure meeting a crosstown rivalry with the Pac-12 championship on the line?
No, basically was last year too. So this game's a big game no matter what, because it's USC, UCLA, regardless of what records are. It's good that it's a relevant game for 2 years in a row, and that's the way it should be.
Coach, I know it does bother you that the team's making those turnovers at inopportune times, and it's been happening throughout the course of the year.
Yeah, and we're dealing with that. The other side of that, there's a positive side too. We're creating more turnovers than we ever have since we've been back here. By far, one of the better teams in the entire country. So we got one thing fixed, and now we're screwing up on the other one.
How much do you think this UCLA team has improved since last year's 50-0?
Tons. Obviously, the record speaks for itself, but as you watch them, they're just doing a really good job of managing situations and going on the road last week in a tough place to play. And they haven't had a lot of ups and downs, so you got to give their staff a lot of credit. And they're playing a lot of freshmen too.
Do you think any part of that improvement that they made since then is because of the nature of the loss that they suffered, the embarrassment of 50-0? I mean, do you think that it's possible to connect some of that to how they've rebounded since then?
I don't think so. I think years are totally irrelevant to the next year, and we see, look at our schedule, anybody's schedule. Things happen completely different, and they happen different on Saturdays. You could have won a game 50-0, played the same team that Saturday, and the score's not going to be the same. So I don't think that has anything to do with where they're at now. I think it has to do with the Jim's come in there and done a great job. Came in with a lot of discipline, and you can see that they're coached really well. And offense and defense, everybody knows about. When you look at their special teams too, they're doing a great job.
Noah Mazzoni's running the offense over there. Of course, he was at ASU last year. How similar is what he's doing at UCLA to what he did last year at Arizona State? And what adjustments are you going to make to that after last year's game?
Yeah, very similar, running the same offense basically. Noel does a great job. He's done a great job for years wherever he's been of moving the ball and spreading people out. So, like I said, we're going to have our hands full and have to play really well.
This is like the fourth straight spread offense that you guys have played. Do you feel like the defense is starting to get the hang of it?
Well, I don't know. Every week's different. We had, like I've mentioned, we had 5.5 quarters of really bad football, and we just played really good for 4 quarters. So hopefully we'll continue to play the way that we were. And it's not necessarily about the offense; it's more about us doing things right. And our guys played with a lot of intensity Saturday. Forced a lot of turnovers, got a lot of sacks.